The body of a young Syrian man has been found on the Poland-Belarus border, bringing the number of deaths during the migrant crisis to at least 9. Tensions at the border have been building for months as the ongoing crisis poses the threat of military and economic escalation.
The Polish authorities are monitoring the movement of people on the other side of the border, tracking migrants and asylum seekers from the air. The government has drafted in thousands of extra guards to fortify the nation's defences. But some have evaded the police and military to make it across. Polish police confirming that the body of a Syrian man has been discovered close to the border.
Initial examination allowed us to establish he was around 20 years of age and from Syria. Police, in the process of the examination, have found a passport. However, the examination from the police, the doctor and the prosecutor present didn't allow us to establish the cause of death.
The man's body was found by a forestry worker in woodland where other asylum seekers are known to have died. Those who make it into Poland use the trees for cover. Aid agencies are prevented from going to the border by the government, but an informal network of people have been searching the woods. They found dozens of asylum seekers, men, women and children, many in a terrible state after spending days and freezing nights in the woods. Human rights activists chose the forest to hold a press conference, condemning the behaviour of the Polish government in refusing to allow people in.
We failed as a country. We are able to do much more than this. The Polish government is acting as if we were a weak state, and we are not. We are able to help these people.
But Poland is not alone among the nations on the EU's eastern flank determined to prevent people getting in. Here, Lithuanian soldiers are seen throwing bottles of water to a group across the river. But the country's government, like Poland, has reinforced its military at the border, both nations accusing Belarus of engineering a humanitarian crisis. President Alexander Lukashenko has responded to the EU threat of further sanctions by warning he'll cut off Russia's gas supply to Europe, something his ally Vladimir Putin didn't seem entirely convinced of.
Theoretically, Lukashenko, as the president of a transit country, could probably give the order to cut off our gas shipments to Europe, although this would be a violation of our transit contract, and I hope it will not come to this.
This humanitarian and diplomatic crisis is still evolving, and caught in the middle, the thousands who are still determined to make it to the European Union. Michelle Clifford, Sky News, Poland.